Yeah, I mean, hashtag pray for Jaclyn.
Hashtag pray for me, guys. Damn, that's good. Damn, that's straight to hell.
Pray for Jaclyn.
Alright, so Morgan responded to my last video. It was really, really bad. When I first saw that she responded, unfortunately, I was in an airport on my way to a YouTube convention in Florida that I was going to be gone for a week for, so I am finally just now getting the chance to respond. Although I'm not gonna lie, vacation was nice. It was nice to get away and just kind of detach from the internet for a minute at an internet convention. I actually did have a really great time. I met a lot of cool people and I made a vlog, so if you guys want, you can check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. Also, I've been vlogging a lot on my second channel. I just posted one about my coronavirus fears because I'm a hypochondriac. Wash your damn hands. So please consider checking out that channel and subscribing to it. I'm working really hard on it and hopefully want to transition to making more videos over there, so go subscribe. Jaclyn Vlogs, do it. So that's my excuse for the late response to this video. I fully intended to make this response the entire time. I actually, when I saw that she responded, I downloaded it immediately because I'm like, oh god, this is one of those things. This is one of those things that if I don't save it, she's gonna delete it and then it'll be gone. So I saved it. It's actually still up on her. She put it on her YouTube channel too, so you never know with people. Sometimes they get scared and delete their shit. This one has remained strong. Good for you. But regardless, it was still really bad.
I just wanted to jump on here and make a quick video and respond to the video that JaclynGlenn made.
I say that it's bad, but I have so many reasons as to why I feel that way, which is why this video is so long. The thing that really gets me is that she's upset with me for making a public video about her. She thinks I have no right to criticize her public life, which I find to be incredibly hypocritical and ironic. You sit with your husband and tell other people how best to live their lives and how to conduct their relationships and how to be a better Christian. You give advice telling people how to be like you. So don't be shocked when someone criticizes how you are and your relationship. You guys make video after video after video telling people who are homosexual, who are trans, anybody different than you, atheists, you tell all of them that they're sinners, that they're not good enough, and that they're probably going to hell. And then you're surprised when someone comes at you. Beautiful. You know, it's so weird because when I made my last video, I think you could tell, I felt like actual compassion towards Morgan. I felt like I related to her. I felt like I'd been through similar things. I felt like I'd heard so many stories from so many other women that have been through similar things. She completely ignored almost every point that I made. Instead of actually responding to me, she spent the entirety of that video trying to discredit me so that people wouldn't want to listen to the points that I made. And whenever it came time to actually address the points that I made, she would say things like, I don't feel the need to have to address these things, or if you want the truth, you will find it. How? You didn't say anything. I guess magic. Magic is the answer to a lot of their things. Oh, which is hilarious because she accused me many times of not having evidence, which is pretty ironic coming from a channel that preaches such extreme Christianity. Also, I did have evidence. Almost everything I said was backed up by a clip showing exactly what the thing was that I was worried about. But like I said, she spends the entirety of this video and a live stream that she later does with Paul trying to discredit me instead of actually addressing the points and observations that I was pointing out. And this is gonna take a long time. This is gonna be a long video because I went through the entire 15-minute video she posted in the entire like hour, almost 2-hour live stream I think she did, and I cut everything up that I felt pertained to me that I needed to respond to. So buckle up, pour yourself a glass of wine if you're of legal drinking age, and get ready for some bullshit.
I could sit here and go through the entire video and respond to literally everything that she said, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't feel like I need to do that.
Then why are you making this video? You're making this video to discredit me and try to make me look bad so no one listens to me, but you actually say nothing in this video at all that counters one single point that I made. But you don't feel the need to do that. I guess I'm just struggling to see what the value of this video is beyond just trying to make me look shitty.
So I actually wrote some notes down on my iPad because I just want to make sure that I say this all correctly.
Some notes? Some notes? Girl, that is a friggin' college application essay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never seen Paul or Morgan read a script in one of their videos before. I've never seen that. And I get it. Sometimes I do write out notes for even my videos. I will make bullet points or things that, you know, I want to make sure that I don't forget. Or I'll do like what I'm doing now where I have different video clips separated so I know which things I want to respond to. But I don't write out verbatim exactly what I want to say. Granted, I could give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she was nervous to make this video and just wanted to make sure that she was saying everything right, but to me, it's just odd if these are her words that she would feel the need to write out each one and read them verbatim in a script. And then she says, I just want to make sure I say all this correctly. I don't know. It just seems like maybe she had some help in writing it. I could be completely off base, but that's the first thing that popped into my head when she brought up these notes, and I saw a lot of comments from people saying the same thing.
And say what I, Morgan Ollius, wants to say.
Yes, make that very clear. These are my words. My words.
Yeah, I just feel like I wrote it all out and I just want to say what I wrote, so.
All right, Morgan, fine. I give. Let's hear what you wrote.
There's a lot of things I could say about this video. I could literally sit here and go through every single thing she said and debunk every single assumption she made.
But
again, I don't feel like I really need to address those things.
We're gonna be here forever, you guys.
And she thinks that I'm in an abusive relationship.
Pause. Did I ever, and correct me if I'm wrong, did I ever once in my video even use the word abusive or abuse? But this is the word that she's choosing to use, and she uses it more than once, which now I am worried. And you know what? The way that I see it, this situation that she's so angry with me about has two possible outcomes. One, either I'm right and she's in a shitty relationship and I was absolutely right to call that shit out online. Because let's be honest, if you are in a controlling relationship, reaching out to you privately ain't gonna work because those things are typically screened by controlling partners. Also, if you're so brainwashed to think that everything he does is magical, of course you're gonna disagree with me. Of course you're not gonna think that I'm right. Also keep in mind, Morgan, it's not all about you. There are a lot of people out there going through similar things that needed to see this video to hopefully pull themselves out of a toxic situation. There are many, many benefits to making something like that public, and those are just a few. The other option is I'm wrong, and I've gotten their relationship totally incorrect. I'm 100% off base, which I don't think is true, but let's just say that scenario is a possibility. Well, in that scenario, you are still a homophobic, transphobic bigot on the internet, making people feel shitty about themselves. So I don't feel bad for you. I cannot tell you how many very, very close friends of mine throughout my life have been so depressed to the point of even considering taking their own lives because of the lack of acceptance they got for their lifestyle from the religious community. And if you are perpetuating those ideas, I absolutely have a problem with you. And if I caused some kind of hurt in your heart, maybe it will give you the tiniest glimpse of how you're making other people feel. But I'm gonna back up a little bit off the seriousness of this tone because there is a lot in this video that the extreme amounts of irony make it almost comedic, and it's frustrating because I sympathized with you before, I empathized with you before, Morgan, but after watching your response and seeing how bad it is and how self-righteous you are, I don't know, I just feel annoyed. I feel irritated.
If you are genuinely concerned for me, if you truly believe that I am in a dangerous situation, that my life is at risk.
How would she draw the conclusion that I thought her life was at risk, that she was in physical danger, that she was in such an abusive situation that I was fearing for her life? That is not the message I sent at all in my video. Either these are her words and she's in some indirect way explaining how the relationship actually is, which is terrifying, or she's just trying to like water down what I was saying in my video, trying to make my points seem so extreme that she felt like she could be indignant about it. Honestly, I tend to believe that's what it is. I think she was trying to reduce my points to nothing so that she could complain about it. It's much easier to win an argument when you make the other person's points seem stupid, right? And here's the thing, and this is a big point. If she's so angry with me, for calling out something that I saw as toxic, maybe she should reconsider doing that to literally every single person who is gay.
The Bible makes it very clear homosexuality, LGBTQ+, is a sin.
That's her famous clip. She talks about how homosexuality, LGBTQ is a sin. The two of you sit down together and make videos saying how people are living in sin if they are gay. You constantly say transphobic things, and you expect people to feel bad that you received criticism that hit a little bit too close to home. Guess how you're making other people feel. Guess how close to home you are hitting when you tell people that they shouldn't be gay.
If you truly believe that I am in an abusive relationship, you would not have made a public video about this.
Bullshit. Bullshit. If you actually are worried about somebody, I think bringing attention, mass attention to the situation is a really good idea. Reaching out to her in private, I don't believe would have worked because, like I said, if she were in this abusive relationship that I literally never said she was in, then the likelihood of the message reaching you and only you is low. And if it did, like I said before, the amount of brainwashing and manipulation that you've already gone through to get to this point would not make my message even remotely have a chance of being successful. I know when I was in your position, if someone messaged me saying the things that I said in my video privately, I would have told them to go. I would have blocked them. I would have badmouthed them. I would have shown it to my partner and been like, oh my gosh, look at what this ungodly person had to say. Not one word of it, not one would have actually sunk in. And you know that. You know that.
You would have come to me because you genuinely believe this. You are genuinely concerned and worried that I am in a dangerous situation in my life.
This is just blowing my mind how many times she brings up the word abuse or dangerous situation. Like, I have never once even considered that she could be in actual danger. Do I think she's being manipulated? Like I said, yes. Brainwashed? Yeah, obviously. The fact that she keeps saying things like that and using this language actually is giving me reason for concern.
If you are truly concerned that I am in a dangerous relationship, an abusive relationship, don't you think that making a public video for thousands upon thousands.
I've lost count. Are we counting how many times she said abusive or dangerous situation? I'm losing count.
Of people to watch would be like the most dangerous thing to do to a woman who is in an abusive relationship. And that's why, one, I just don't believe you when you say that you think that I'm in an abusive relationship.
When I say that I never said that, Morgan. I have never once said that. And yes, I do think privately messaging you would have been futile.
Not only was it monetized and played, I think, 3 or 4 ads throughout the video as I watched it, it was also sponsored. So you were making big money off of this.
Wow, you know what? Maybe I should be religious because clearly miracles do happen. A video of mine monetized? What? Let me tell you, this video got demonetized before I even made it live. It got demonetized before I started the premiere. If you did see ads on it, that must mean you watched my video once it had passed over 200,000 views. That's when finally the appeal process went through and it got monetized. So by the time ads appeared on my video, it had already gotten the majority of views it was gonna get, as per usual on my channel.
Making bank.
If I made bank, it's so funny to even say that. If I made bank on my YouTube channel, I wouldn't feel the need to constantly be promoting new merch. I wouldn't feel the need to constantly be promoting my Patreon, to constantly be live streaming, to go on tour, to try to do public speaking events, to do all of these different things to get alternative income sources because YouTube ain't cutting it. And if I am so lucky to get a sponsorship, hell yes, that means I'm able to continue making videos that I believe in, that I do care about genuinely. If it weren't for sponsorships and those other platforms, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And if getting sponsorships occasionally help me do that, good. And by the way, the sponsorship that I happen to put on your video is a recurring sponsorship that I get every couple of months. I could put it on any video. They don't care. You're not that special to where I needed to put it on yours because that was gonna make me bank. It just so happened that I personally find it hilarious to put advertisements for sex toys on videos where I'm talking about you, because you guys hate that shit. It's sending everybody to hell. And this pisses me off because she calls me out on the fact that I had a sponsorship or that she saw ads on my video. She calls me out so many times to say I didn't care about her at all and I was doing all of this for that money that I'm just rolling in from YouTube, which is why I live in a house with 5 people. I'm just so loaded. Hypocrite! If you need a refresher, please feel free to watch the last video I did on Morgan, but one of the clips that I pulled, actually several of them, came from a video where they are talking about how wives should submit to their husbands, and she even gave examples of how sometimes Paul wants her to do things and she disagrees with them, but because he's the man in the relationship, she has to submit, and it makes her angry, but it's the right thing to do because Jesus.
Husbands to lead and wives to submit.
Yeah, that video, it was sponsored.
Alright, you guys, today's video is sponsored by... They are...
Whoa, where did this bad boy come from? Hey.
We're both, like, we like to be stylish. Style should not break the bank. Their watches start around $95. Use our code, all caps, Paul and Morgan.
Am I supposed to say that all of your biblical teachings, every video that you have ads on, by the way, that one had ads on it, by the way, your video about living in sin where you literally say gay people are going to hell and that they're living in sin, that one has ads on it, pre-roll and ads at the bottom of the screen. You have ads all over your shit. Am I supposed to sit here and say you're not genuine with anything you do or say on your channel because you happen to make money?
So you were making big money off of this video. It doesn't come across as you're concerned to me.
At the end of the day, even though this might be a job for some people, it is also a passion, and at that, it's a passion that you could not continue to do if it were not financially profitable in some way. And you guys know that, which is why you put ads on your videos, which is why you have sponsorships on your videos. So how dare you come at me and try to discredit me and say that I'm some kind of piece of shit person that doesn't care about you, that isn't genuine, that didn't actually feel a real connection to you, Morgan, because I've been through similar things. How dare you ignore everything I said and try to discredit me because of an ad, because of a sponsorship that you know damn well you are just as guilty of doing. Hypocrite. Oh, I need a glass of wine, and while I drink this glass of wine so I can calm myself down, let's just, speaking of monetization, I have a few clips, just a few clips from the stream Paul and Morgan did together where they just got a few super chats here and there. Let's go.
Thanks for your $5.
We appreciate the $5, the super chat. Our super chats, thank you for your super chat.
Thank you for your super chats.
Thank you guys for your super chats, no matter who it is, it really blesses us. And yeah.
Super chat. Thank you for your super chat. We love you. Patron of ours.
Patron for quite a while.
Thank you for your super chat.
Oh yeah, thank you for your super chat.
Thank you for your super chat. Your super chats, you can pay like $1 or $5 or $1,000.
It's a way to bless. Yeah, it's a way to bless us.
Thank you for your super chat. Super chat.
And thank you for your generosity.
Thank you for your super chat.
Yeah, you guys are so generous.
Thank you for your super chat. Girl, hey! Thank you for your super chat.
Whoa! Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you for your super chat. Thank you so much for your super chat. Wow, you are extremely generous.
Wow.
Wow. You're awesome.
Thank you for your generosity. Wow. Blessing, man.
Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for your super chat.
Thanks, Bugs.
Super chat. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for your super chat.
Thank you for your super chat.
Thank you for your $2. Thank you for your final super chat.
All right, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. We done. But Morgan, since it seems to bother you so much, I will not ever profit from a video I make on you guys again. I'm gonna make sure not to do sponsorships. I'm not gonna put ads. I'm not going to promote my t-shirts that you can buy at ffvmerch.com. These are adorable. It's my cat Tippy with a glass of wine and little devil horns because Satan. Follow me on TikTok. I just made a TikTok. I don't know why. Everybody's doing it. I felt peer pressured. I don't know if you can even make money on TikTok though. That might be a new thing, but I heard it can be monetized, so follow me on there because all I care about all I care about is making that money.
I do believe that there's maybe like 1% in you that genuinely cares or worries for me.
1%.
I would much rather you be honest with yourself and your audience than give this false idea that you care about my well-being.
I truly do, Morgan. I truly do care about your well-being. I, at the end of my last video, offered my home to you. I don't like being around people, and I offered my living space to you. If you needed to get out of a toxic situation, I swear to the God that I don't believe in, that you believe in, whatever, that you could stay with me. I would let you stay here. No questions asked. If you need to get away, feel free to reach out to me. That is not something that someone just does. That is not something that someone just throws out if they don't care at all. And even though I am clearly upset with you right now, I don't take that back. That offer still stands. I'm here.
You have said some very passionate things without any evidence of any kind.
I would show a clip of Paul saying something controlling and then react to it. The evidence was there.
Oh yeah, like I said earlier, I watched your video and I have a rebuttal for literally everything you said. I had an answer, I had an explanation, I had just plain proof.
Come on, this is ridiculous. I hate this. It's so frustrating to me when people do this. Like, I totally could have slayed that argument, but I'm way too good for that. But like, I totally would have killed it. Like, if I had taken that test, would have aced it. I know it was really difficult for everyone else, but I'm just that fucking smart.
To those of you who are genuinely seeking the truth about my life, my marriage, or just God in general, my beliefs, you will find that truth if you keep looking.
What does that even mean? If you want the truth, you'll find it if you keep looking? I mean, that's why people are watching this video, Morgan, is they're looking for the truth. They're looking for you to respond. Like, if you really wanted to put this to rest, if you wanted to kill everything that I was saying and you had the means to, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that for yourself? Like, I mean, I know you totally could, but you won't, but I don't get it.
You will find that truth if you keep looking. One day, whether it be right now, like as you're watching this video, or in 10 years or on your deathbed, if you seek the truth, you will find it.
On my deathbed, that's the answer. I will be in my hospital bed, like on my last breath, and I'll be like, oh my God, Morgan, I get it now. It all makes sense.
People who really want the genuine truth will find it. I want to challenge and encourage all of you to be very careful to allow yourself to be lit on fire and go after a human being in their life.
You what, Morgan? You want to encourage people to not be basically fired up to go after people's personal lives, but that is so much of what you do on your channel, and it's sad that you don't see the hypocrisy in your words. You're so judgmental towards people that are different than you on a very personal level, but then you say stuff like this and you don't see the connection. Please make the connection.
And I just want to say again, zero evidence.
So I'm sorry, it's so ironic hearing that coming from a Christian channel.
Zero evidence.
That is right, Morgan. That is what you have when you talk about all the bullshit Bible stuff you talk about. Zero.
This is the generation that we live in right now. This is the time that we live in right now, where somebody says something without any evidence, and because they have a platform, people go insane and believe it.
I can't take any more irony. I can't. I'm done. Look at my hair. I'm so done. You just described your channel.
Paul has already gotten a few life-threatening messages, literally saying they're going to come after him. They're going to kill him.
You want to play this game? Are you kidding me? I've been doing YouTube for what feels like forever now, and this entire time, the entire time, I have been told that I'm going to hell. And not only am I going to hell, people want to kill me so I can get there quicker. I mean, you guys have seen it. I have done countless videos reading hate comments. I think they're honestly kind of funny because it's so ridiculous, but I mean, you could be anybody on YouTube. You could be a beauty guru. You could talk about sunshine and rainbows and you would get death threats. It's frustrating to me for a few reasons. First of all, Those comments don't represent me. Clearly, I do not feel that way. I never would encourage people to go at you and say those things. And also, it's frustrating because that does not represent my fan base. Yes, there are a few wild cards here and there, but look through the comments on my last video. There are so many loving comments that people have sent your way. I saw so many women in particular leaving comments of their similar story, of similar things that they have gone through, and reaching out to support you and show you love. So much empathy, so much love in my comment section for you, Morgan. For someone that I have made many videos criticizing, I made a video that generated love for you. Just because Paul got some offhand backlash does not represent the movement almost that was behind the feeling people had for you.
People have been making response videos about us since we started our YouTube channel. And so it's not something that like we're not used to.
Then why are you acting like you're not used to it? Your channel literally is the epitome of a mean comment on the internet. You say so many hurtful and bigoted things that can really damage people, and you're gonna complain about some 13-year-old in their mom's basement leaving you a death threat. Not that it's okay, but come on.
And to anyone who has sent me messages saying that they're concerned about me or they think that I'm great and powerful and whatever.
Then thank you, right? Thank you for leaving positivity and love. That's what you're gonna say, right, Morgan?
I just want to say that if you comment on this video with a bunch of hate and disgust, you are a hypocrite. I know that that's harsh and that's intense, but like, I'm just kind of sick of it.
Not what I was expecting. That's fine.
Because the people that are sending me messages saying that they're concerned for my life are the same exact people who have commented on our videos for years now, telling me they hope they see me dead.
Okay. Citation needed. I highly doubt the same people threatening your life are now coming and saying nice things. I highly doubt it. I'm sure that some people that have been critical of you in the past might have rethought things since my video. I myself have rethought things since that video, so that doesn't surprise me. But to say that every nice comment, every loving comment that you're getting from people that watched that and rethought, they're all the people that were sending you death threats and were these extreme crazy people, that's so unfair, and you know that's not an accurate representation, right? You have to know that.
I've messaged you one time, reaching out saying I'd love to talk. You and I, let's talk. Didn't get a single thing back from you. What did I get? I saw in one of your videos you mentioned me. Like, again, you're constantly reaching out in videos, but what about the one-on-one connection?
Right, so I have been making videos trying to get Paul and Morgan to interact with me for a long time now. And to my knowledge, I got no response, save for the one video that they made saying, we don't want to make a video with you. We don't want to make a video with Brenda. That's fine. I'll tell you, when she said that she messaged me privately, I was genuinely like, bullshit. There's no way that she did that. I would have seen that. I would have said yes. I would have wanted to talk to her. I would have wanted to make a video. I would have been stoked. Are you kidding me? I have made videos with Jessie Lee Peterson. Even Ray Comfort reached out to me and we had a Skype interview on my channel. I'm clearly not opposed to speaking with people who are different than me, so I didn't believe her at first, but I looked through and I found this DM on Instagram, and I'll explain. I do not see DMs on Instagram. Literally, any other platform would have been better. If she had commented on a picture of mine on Instagram, I would have been more likely to see it because I saw when she made her video about me in my feed. But a DM on Instagram, you know, Instagram filters out people that you don't know. You have messages that you can accept or decline. These are message requests. These are not messages that just show up in my inbox. I have to click on message requests and then approve or decline them. I get so many of these every single day. Every single day. Look, I mean, whenever I saw this message from you, you were the 5th person down and people that had messaged me, and eventually it gets filtered out. You could have tweeted at me. You could have literally mentioned in any video, hey Jaclyn, I sent you a DM, please check it, and I would have. If you tweeted at me, I'm sure other people would have seen it and they would have hopped on that being like, Jaclyn, Morgan tweeted at you, Paul and Morgan tweeted at you, oh my gosh, respond. But to send me a message like 2 years ago, one DM, and then be like, I tried to reach out to you, but you didn't want to talk to me, come on. That's so unfair. My email address for my business email is literally listed under every single video I post. It's not hard. It is not hard to get a hold of me or to get my attention. To write me off and the countless videos I've made trying to get you guys to talk to me because you sent me a DM July 26, 2018 that I never read, that you know I probably never read, is just so frustrating. Hey Jaclyn, just wanted to say that Paul and I saw your video. If you ever want to chat more, we're always open to talking and answering any questions. I get that we probably don't see eye to eye on anything, haha, but I just figured I'd put it out there. So sorry I make you want to shoot yourself in the face, lol. I must have said that in my video. That's never good, but anyways, hope you're doing great. That's sweet. I would have been so stoked. I would have been so stoked if I saw that message. I would have jumped on that. I would have been so down to make a video, to talk to you. But man, is it frustrating for her to use that against me as though I tried, didn't hear back from you. I know you made a million videos trying to talk to me, but I sent that DM one time 2 years ago and that's all I gotta do, done.
We watch these shows that make us think that we are like these crime detective investigators. We can read people's minds and their eye just twitched, so that must mean that. And that was what like all of Jaclyn's video was.
No, it wasn't. I played a clip and I reacted to the clip. I never talked about your eye twitching or your body movements or your weird shifting. I know that there are people though on YouTube that do that. And by the way, if you guys who are watching know the channel, I know there's one popular channel of a girl that does that. You should send her this video of Morgan and have her analyze it and see what her thoughts are. I'd be very curious to know. That's not what I did in my video, but that's a good idea, Morgan, thanks. Anyway, there were a lot of interesting comment responses on this video on Instagram that I thought were so funny I had to screenshot and share with you. Here we go. Don't let this attack from the devil get to you, Morgan. Satan is using her to upset you and make you stumble, but you stronger than that. Remember who is the one living inside you. Creepy. I'm just so confused how you can change so drastically. That's the work of Jesus. And then of course Paul left some very insightful commentary as well on this whole situation. Thank you, Paul. And speaking of Paul, let's hop into the live stream that they did together where they discussed me and my video many times.
If there were any kind of further questions that needed to be answered with the JaclynGlenn exchange.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions, like all of the ones that I posed in my original video, because none of them got answered.
Like, I have opened the door several times of like, Jaclyn, please message me. I've messaged you.
Several times? You mean your one 2-year-old DM? That one? That's the several times you've reached out? You've got to be kidding me.
Have you sent her, Morgan, have you sent her anything since your response video?
No.
I mean, I might suggest you just one more like Insta DM.
Wow, some actual good advice from Paul. She didn't listen though. I didn't get any further correspondence. I guess she didn't submit to her husband on that one.
And say, hey Jaclyn, like I'm sure you saw my video I made, and if you want to talk, I'd be glad to talk.
Yeah, that didn't happen, and I don't expect any personal correspondence anymore. I think that door has probably closed, and I'm fine with that because honestly, I don't think any personal correspondence would be all that effective. Like I said, when I was in her shoes, there is nothing anybody could have said to me one-on-one, especially somebody that I didn't know, that could have affected me in any way. I would have immediately written them off and immediately ignored them.
You know, we still love her and we're not holding anything against her.
It's kind of funny because when Paul says nice things about me, you can see how irritated it makes Morgan.
I see a lot of potential in her. Just like man, she's a bright girl with a lot of giftings. So even though she's been,
Okay, buddy, okay, silence.
Oh man, that's really awkward. Ugh.
So if you're wondering who the controlling one is,
healthy relationship.
We don't feel it profitable, and we personally just don't want to go on Jaclyn's channel or have her on ours. The same with God is Gray, the same with Mr. Atheist, and like make videos with them. Any of those people, we would be more than happy to sit down and get coffee with.
It's so funny that they mentioned Mr. Atheist because now I remember we were texting about this video and how bad the responses were, and he told me that one time Paul and Morgan said that the only reason he was an atheist was because someone must have hurt him. And they also claim that he dislikes women who are stay-at-home moms, which is not something that he has ever said and has actually gone out of his way to say the opposite. I don't know, it's just interesting to me whenever somebody points out their flaws that are too personal, but they'll go after somebody else and say those types of things. It's just,
Comment Man says, Morgan, will you start posting music again? Your covers were really good. Well, thank you for that.
No, unless they're all about Jesus.
Music has just not been like a #1 priority for me right now.
I wonder why. I wonder why music is no longer a priority in your life.
I lead worship at our church, and it's like the most amazing thing ever. That is where like I have felt the most free in music in my whole life, and so I love leading worship.
Really, Morgan? You love leading worship? Because I remember in my last video I pointed out you saying that you didn't like Christian music all that much.
She's always loved Christian music.
No, I haven't. It's been cheesy and weird and goofy and not like a movement of any kind.
It's really interesting to me too because she goes into her history with this music label that she was with and tries to blame her discontinuation of doing music on the fact that she got married and that because she was a married woman she was no longer marketable. That's so weird to me because she could continue doing music on the current channel she has now. But she doesn't unless it's about Jesus or of course this beautiful abortion song. Even if you do get dropped from a label, that doesn't mean you stop creating. There are other ways to do things, and the only reason why you wouldn't pursue something you clearly loved is if someone is telling you not to or making you feel like shit for doing it.
So I even kind of pushed her and was like, Morgan, what do you think about shifting away from the secular stuff into more Christian music? So I guess some of you guys are probably watching this like, Paul's the bad guy here.
Yeah, Paul really has encouraged me, you guys. Like, he has been my #1 encourager when it comes to my music stuff.
No, he's not the bad guy. He's encouraged you all along, right, Morgan? Always being supportive.
We start dating and I see her, singing this music. I had to question, like, what's going on here? What's her heart behind it? I'll admit, like, it was a little bit tough for me.
Yeah, he's just always been so encouraging and just a really big encourager.
#1 encourager. There are songs that he's like, oh, babe, I don't want to listen to this song. It's convicted or whatever. Like,
especially early on in our relationship, there was more of that.
Yeah, and I would be like, what? And so, like, we wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah, early on in our relationship, I would tell her what music I didn't want her listening to, but I'm not controlling, I swear.
Used to like Taylor Swift, don't anymore.
Yeah, she's a little raunchy these days.
It's so funny to me because in my last video I pointed out the cover she did of a Taylor Swift song when there were guys behind her dancing that were half naked, and she thinks Taylor Swift now is a raunchy, but she did, I don't know. It's too much. I can't handle this anymore.
But the comments that I've gotten, like, on my own personal Instagram page about, like, Morgan, you had so much light in your eyes when you were doing those music videos. That was called acting. I'm a great actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was happy before doing music, that was acting. I'm a really good actress, and I'm totally not acting happy right now. I'm really good at pretending to be happy when I'm not. Do you hear me?
Like, it's a blast, like, getting flown to Miami every other week and everything's paid for and you're doing something that you love, like...
Yeah, Morgan, it does. It sounds like you really had to act a lot to enjoy that. Anybody would.
But, like, I was constantly fighting with the label, like pushing back with the label, saying like, no, I don't want to sing that song. No, I'm not gonna wear this outfit.
Was there a birdie in your ear telling you that what you were doing was immoral?
We start dating and I see her, singing this music.
I would bet that that's why the label dropped you, and not because you got married, but because the person that you were with was discouraging you from doing anything.
I was, pushing against this big producer guy, like several producer guys that were not walking with the Lord. We're atheists, all of them.
Oh, that explains it. They were atheist producer guys. You gotta be careful for those. You gotta watch out. The atheist producer guys are everywhere. Then they go on to talk about atheists and they say that I should disagree with everything they're doing because we're so fundamentally different, right?
If Jaclyn saw you guys as normal and was like, man, I really like these people, that should be concerning.
Why? Why? I have tons of people that I'm friends with that are Christian that I have in my family. I did a video with God is Gray. We got along amazingly. We're really not that different outside of her being religious and me not. It's not what, I don't define myself by being an atheist, and a lot of people don't define themselves as being a Christian. Like, I have friends that are politically different than me, that have different beliefs than me in all kinds of different ways, but you can connect with people on different levels. I have a group of girlfriends that I like to go out, and we're all very different, but we've all gone through heartbreak, and we all relate on different things, and we love each other for that, and we bond, and we're there for each other. Who cares what political party or what religion people subscribe to? Who cares?
Because as someone who, in her case, is an atheist, she should not see us and agree with our lifestyle. Like, we should look different to her. We should look weird to her.
I completely disagree. It's a little scary to me that they think this way, because that's why they're so judgmental towards people that are different than them, because, well, we should be different. We are holy and walking with the Lord, and you're a heathen atheist. We should look different. We're holy and walking with the Lord, and you're gay, or you're trans, or you're having sex before marriage. How dare you? It makes it easy for them to be more judgmental towards other people, because they expect that that's how everybody is, but that's not how I am. That's not how I live my life. I call you guys out because you're extreme. The things that you say are so hurtful that it needs to be called out. If you just went about your business and you were religious, I would never have said a word about you, but clearly that is not the case.
It is so wrong, and it's just so not fair that, like, people get to do this to other people, but it's like, that's the way the world works.
Do you not realize the damage you cause on your channel? They don't. There's no way they can. Like, I have my opinions about them, but I don't think they're complete morons, and they should see the hypocrisy in this. And if they didn't before, dear God that I don't believe in, I hope they see it now.
You know, I've had several people message me and say, hey, I'm transgender, so I know that you absolutely hate me, but, like, I just wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about this or that.
Oh God, what would a Paul and Morgan video be without a little bit of transphobia?
And I'm like, my response is, oh, man, I do not hate you at all. I do not want you to ever think that I hate you just because you are living a life that I don't agree with necessarily. Like,
she's trying to say, I don't hate you just because I completely disagree with everything about your lifestyle and think you're going to hell and are gonna burn forever. They actually spend quite a bit of time in this video talking about their opinion of what hell is and, like, going into detail. Let me know if I should make a video about this. Like, I could make an entire video about how ridiculous their description of hell is. That might be a funny one for the future. But anyway, like, how can you be like, I disagree with who you are as a person, but I don't hate you? Like, I don't hate you. God hates you. God doesn't even hate you. He doesn't hate you, but he's gonna send you to eternal torment with fire and hell. Okay.
Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Here we go. Shit's about to get real bad.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination to the Lord, unto the Lord thy God.
Look at Morgan's face. She's like, ugh, yeah, scary, but it's true.
Drag,
yeah,
I guess.
drag.
So drag and stuff like that, and I mean, it's obvious there that it's not something, at least.
The Honest Truth commented and said the verse is saying don't blur sexes.
Just keeps getting better and better, guys, but don't fault them and don't get too personal with their life. Just listen to them and their description of how everybody else should live. It's not hypocritical, guys. It's not.
Don't blur sexes. Simple as that.
Okay.
There you go.
Simple as that. Just don't blur the sexes and don't be anything that I disagree with. It's simple.
Transgender stuff, the drag, cross-dressing, and it's a big deal. Like, it's not something to take lightly. So a lot could be said on this.
All right, I just, this kind of stuff makes me so frustrated, and it's interesting too that this is in the same live stream where they get upset with me for, like I said, getting into their personal life, and then they follow it by saying this type of thing. And they don't see it as this incredible double standard, and it's really, really frustrating for me. So I don't think I can watch any more cringe, guys. It could not get any worse or any more cringy than this.
And I still believe in your...
Oh my God. I'm surprised that this didn't just shatter into a million pieces and stab all of you. I'm so sorry for how long this video is, but I can't watch anymore. I feel like I've made my points enough. I was disgusted with this entire situation. I felt very passionate about the original video that I made. It was a heartfelt video. It was genuine. I do care. But like I said, it's one of two options. It's either I'm right and she needs help and she refuses to admit it, and I'm here for her. Or I'm wrong and she is just as bad as him, and in that I don't feel bad because you make everybody else feel like shit. Very frustrating. A very frustrating video for me. I'm glad to move on from it, make different videos on different topics. I'm gonna talk about my life. I'm gonna give life advice. If you want that video on hell, let me know. I think it could be funny and lighthearted. Also, again, please make sure to check out my vlog channel. I am putting a lot more effort into that channel lately because I kind of want to do more family vlogs and lifestyle vlogs and things like that. So please go over there and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you supported me on that channel. Also, like I said, not trying to make any money, but this shirt is sweet, and I also have sweatshirts and tank tops in this at ffvmerch.com. And since this video and every other video I make gets demonetized, I am so thankful to those of you who support me over on Patreon, patreon.com/Jaclyn. Like this video if you liked it. Thanks so much for watching and enduring this with me. You guys are amazing for that, and I will see you next time. Bye!